everyone doing? I got a Blu-ray mail day with 10 pickups right here. And if you've seen any of these movies, definitely let me know what you think of them right there. First up, I got a 4K Ultra HD and a Blu-ray copy of Atomic Blonde, which looks like a very stylistic movie. I haven't seen it yet. It looks like Charlize Theron just kicking butt. A great supporting cast in here. It's from the director of John Wick as well, so you know it's going to be stylistic, like I mentioned previously, and action-packed. But John Goodman's in here. I'm trying to remember who else is in here. I know James McAvoy, who... It's great to see him in so many different things. He blew up with Split, but he's been around for a while. I've always thought he was a really good actor. I really liked him in Filth, which I think was kind of underrated, Irvin Welsh adaptation. But this one right here, I'm looking forward to checking out. And one of the things that I heard a lot of buzz about was also in, I think, the trailer too, where she kisses another girl and makes out with her. That was like... Everything was a buzz about that scene, I believe. So I'm looking forward to checking it out. I guess it's like during the Cold War era, and there's, you know, spies, and she has to kick butt. She doesn't know who to trust, and she's in she's MI6's most lethal assassin. So there you go, kicking butt and looking hot. There you go again. Two of these. One of these I'm gonna be giving away the Blu-ray copy coming up soon. I haven't viewed it yet. Once I view it and do a review for it, then I'll do a giveaway for the Blu-ray copy. So look forward to that coming up soon. Next up is Cars 3, which, oh my gosh, this looks... And this was from Universal, by the way. And this right here is just such a beautiful looking slipcover. This is another Disney release. This is, I believe, their third 4K Ultra HD. They were kind of the last to really get on board with the big studios. I think there's a whole issue with like the... Was it Movies Anywhere, the new thing? I don't think they've got on board with the 4K Ultra HD for that aspect of it yet. But love the heck out of this slipcover. So it looks like Lightning McQueen is out of action and he needs help from his friends to get back on the racetrack and go up against the new hotshot Jackson Storm. So it'll be family, fun, friendly kind of stuff, like the previous ones. I haven't seen it yet. But again, I can't get over how beautiful that slipcover is, like kind of like hollow foil design right there. I don't know if it's catching. So I'm expecting this to, if anything, to be at least very vivid on 4K Ultra HD right there. Next up is Annabelle Creation, which I have seen. I talked a lot of smack about this going in because I wasn't a huge fan of the first Annabelle movie. I thought it was alright. The Conjuring 2 I hated. I thought it was just tons of horror tropes and, you know, different cliches. You knew what was going to happen. Very formulaic. So going in the first Conjuring movie I do love, but it was nothing new conceptually. But it's the best, one of the best of its ilk out there. So this one going in though, like with the Conjuring 2 and then the first Annabelle movie, I was just very low expectations. The trailers did nothing for me, honestly. But I watched it and I was, you know, I was a little bit surprised. But I will say it does have a lot of horror cliches, loud jarring noises, tons of cheap jump scares, and, you know, the Annabelle Creation is supposed to be the origin story. Like, it was maybe 2% of them telling the origin story of Annabelle, with the whole thing with the doll and this evilness and all that kind of stuff. And then there's a lot more going on here. There's the nun, there's the devil or demon spirit, there's the doll, and then, you know, the possessed person, and it's just so much. It just feels like they're trying to do a lot with it, and it just, for me, I enjoyed it a lot more than I thought I would, but it still has a lot of imperfections. It doesn't save the whole franchise for me as far as the Annabelle and what they're going to do next. I think the Nun movie is the next one coming up, but like I said, it was definitely better than I was expecting. It had some good actors in here, especially Anthony LaPaglia, who I think was kind of underutilized. I was kind of surprised how his character played out. I wanted a little bit more from it. But there were definitely some creepy scenes in here, some creepy imagery. So it was better than I expected, but I still would have liked more from it, especially the whole origin aspect. I felt like that was really rushed, like the actual origin part of it. I get like this is kind of telling, and it sets up for the actual first Annabelle movie, which I like how it ties into that. But again, I just wanted more from how it all happened with the doll. But I'm just a picky dude, like, you know. Next up, this is from Warner Brothers. They sent me this for a review, as well as the Atomic Blonde right there, and Cars 3, all review copies. Next up are 3 releases from Film Movement, which I've talked about a couple of these already before, but Theeb right here, which I've heard great things about. I've wanted to see this for so long, so I'm really excited. It was the 2016 Academy Award nominee for Best Foreign Language Film. I believe it was made in 2014, but then didn't get a release, I think, till 2015. But I believe it's set during 1916, World War I, in the Ottoman Empire. There's a young kid who acts as a guide to a British soldier, trying to guide him through dangerous terrain with different mercenaries, revolutionaries, raiders, and stuff like that to get to his secret place where he has to go. And I really love this company, Film Movement. I think they're very underrated. A lot of times, especially if they're it's like a new movie, like they have these ones which are the classic line. But if they're newer ones, they'll have like a bonus short film in there, and really good releases as far as picture, audio quality, special features, the interior artwork. They have write-ups and stuff. They used to have booklets. They don't do the booklets anymore. Now they have a lot of like the stuff in the interior, like liner notes. I like the clear cases. That's a nice touch. This is region free as far as this release right here. I think that differs, but I really like them as a company with the films that they put out, and the overall packaging and special features and transfers. You got director commentary on here, so definitely check out Film Movement for their new releases. They do a lot of like international independent stuff, and I've been blown away by a lot of the films that I've seen them release. And then their classic line, they have some great releases. Once Were Warriors, Quiet Earth are 2 of the top ones for me that they put out. But also Hanna-Bi, which I have not seen yet. I've heard a lot of people praise it. It's by Takashi Kitano, and it stars, what's the guy's name? Beat Takashi, who was also in the recent adaptation of Ghost in the Shell, which I have like right over here on the side. I was like looking for it. I was like drawing a blank for a minute. But a fantastic actor. But he's a police officer, and he's a detective, and basically his world is turned upside down. His wife is suffering from leukemia. His partner is paralyzed from a brutal gang attack. There's Yakuza involved. He robs a bank to pay a debt for the Yakuza. It just sounds like it's going to be very tense, very gripping, and some good special features in here too. There's a making of and commentary. I like when there's a commentary on a lot of these classic ones too, and there's a new essay in here too. So again, region free, and I'll go ahead and just show you the interior. I like how they have the disc artwork again, and then there's an awesome scene right there. It looks awesome. I'm looking forward to checking it out. And this one actually, I believe, does have a booklet in here. So sometimes I guess they do, sometimes they don't, depending on the release. Yeah, here's a nice booklet. To me, they feel like, you know, Criterion Collection, Arrow Video, those same kind of like styles. And I love when any ones include like the booklet and stuff like that. You know, behind the scenes information and new essays and things. And then, yeah, here's some other releases on the classics line. Once Were Warriors, a fantastic New Zealand film. Actually, The Quiet Earth is a New Zealand film as well, but I would recommend the heck out of those 2 especially. I'm looking forward to checking out some more of their ones, but a great company, Film Movement, very underrated. I don't hear enough people talk about them. I've been actually talking about them for a while. Before they were just DVD releases and they didn't step up to Blu-ray. I was a big fan back then. They have a ton of great DVD releases that I would love to see them put on Blu-ray as well. I think when there's releases on Blu-ray, it helps the movie get more exposure as well. More people want to buy Blu-ray than just DVD, I feel like, especially collectors. And next up is a Joseph Sarno double feature right here. Some Sexploitation movies, All the Sins of Sodom and Vibrations. I haven't checked out either one of them. They're both black and white films, and I know he's done a ton of films. This one has a really thick booklet right here. Feels a little bit thicker than the other one right there, but yeah, I'll give these ones a fair chance. And let's see, again, they have the interior artwork right there. So I guess the classic lines have the booklet, while the new ones have more like liner notes, I guess. But again, dig the heck out of their releases as a company. Next up from Paramount is Dreamgirls. This is the Director's Extended Edition. I have never seen the full thing of this. I've seen clips of it. Eddie Murphy looked like he was giving a fantastic performance too. I've got Jennifer Hudson, Beyonce Knowles, Jamie Foxx in here too. I know there was a few other, Danny Glover, a few other recognizable people in here, but this is kind of like a digipack kind of, digibook kind of design. It opens up like a book. Doesn't have that like, you know, binding right there like a lot of the digibook ones do, but you know, it's very same style, glossy pages, beautiful glossy pages. And there's the discs right there, the Blu-ray and the DVD. So it's going to be cool to see the director's extended edition from Bill Condon. And next up is Inconvenient sequel, Truth to Power, which is another one from Paramount. So this is obviously the sequel to An Inconvenient Truth. And there's a little thing right here. You can do a home screening, download the free companion digital kits, and, you know, do your part hashtag. And this, I'll go ahead and take it out. It's made from 100% recycled material. It's like a like cardboard right there, and I don't like when discs are housed like this personally, but I get what they're trying to do, you know, for the environment and things like that. 10 Ways to Act and all kinds of different things like that. So I'm looking forward to checking out, because the first one of these, Inconvenient Truth, was obviously kind of groundbreaking. And I remember seeing the scene with the polar bear, and I was just like, polar bear. You know, the ice caps, the melting, all that kind of stuff. So this is kind of like a new, updated, you know, take on it. And next up is The House from Warner Brothers. This was, it had its moments, but I feel like a lot of these movies, especially Will Ferrell movies, the, you know, modern, raunchy kind of comedy movies, sometimes they try a little too hard in certain scenes, and they kind of try to push it, and it just doesn't work. But I did think it was fun overall. It was formulaic, but it was satisfying with the ending. I like Nick Kroll a lot. I like Raffi in here too from The League. So they had a couple members from The League in here. But of course you've got for Jeremy Renner too. I wish they would have utilized him a little bit more. A lot of other recognizable people too. Amy Poehler and Will Ferrell, of course, are the leads. And then Jason Mantzoukas, which I assume he's Greek perhaps, but from The League. But yeah, then of course Nick Kroll also from The League. I love that TV show. But it's basically just about two parents who are going to send their kid off to college, and they have to come up with the money. So they decide to open a casino. They get involved with their friend, and, you know, they have all their neighbors, and you know, they're gambling, and things get out of control. I like when he becomes the, you know, that certain character that he's known for in the movie, the tough guy, which I thought was hilarious in certain scenes, a little bit over the top. And then they have outtakes too. Some of the outtakes were super ridiculous, but still a lot of fun. I think if you enjoyed this movie, you'll enjoy this release as well, with all the special features that they have on here. But again, for me, it's like a middle-of-the-road comedy. It had some funny aspects, and then other times it felt like it was trying too hard and just a little too, man, ridiculous for me. It's decent. It's popcorn entertainment. It's, you know, one of those ones you can just pop on and zone out and just enjoy it for what it is, essentially. But a nice release from Warner Brothers as far as the picture audio quality and then the special features. And nice slipcover too. But there you go. Those are the 10 pickups. If you've seen any of these, definitely let me know what you think of them. And let me know which one of these I should check out first that I haven't seen. Again, once I do view Atomic Blonde, I'll be doing the giveaway. Don't let that influence your opinion on which one I should see first, though. But yeah, I'm looking forward to checking these ones out that I haven't seen. And yeah, I know I've seen parts of Dreamgirls, but never the full thing. So there you go. And hope everybody's doing well. Take care.